Right, and then obviously let's go to the Derby Marauding Horde. Since the blinkers have come on, I think he's been an absolute revelation, and I think I've heard you interview, and I think we haven't seen the best of this horse yet.
Yeah, he's another one we're sort of getting to the bottom of, and he keeps rising with every race. I was in two minds whether to run him or not, just given the fact that he's only rated 96. And, we're up against horses that are 120, 118, 116. But if I look at the ratings, the real genuine Group 1 horse is Purple Pitcher. And I think it's Purple Pitcher's to lose, quite frankly. The rest, there's a bunch of handicappers, to be honest. I mean, we've got horses rated right down the bottom, 78, that are at level weight to the 120. I mean, we're talking about horses that are 42 pounds out at the weights. So I think Purple Pitcher, pure predator to me, given his pedigree, the way he was finishing last time, must be a huge runner. And as I say, we've only won handicaps. We've only gone through the handicaps, but we've won it well. This is another huge step, but I think he's a horse that's stepping up quite well. Whether it's too soon, we'll only know, but he goes into the race really fit. He's had 2 runs, 2 weeks apart. He's hard fit for the race, for sure.
Mark, I overheard you talking, we were at the launch, and I overheard you talking to Alec Led about the breeding of Marauding Horde. You believe, and I think obviously you know the breeding better than I do, that he'd definitely stay the trip.
There's no doubt. I mean, the fact that he's got this amount of speed and was able to win shorter trips and accelerate like he does is a very good sign, because there's 1.5 miles, 2 mile, a lot of stamina in his female line. So, in theory, we should be at our best trip here at 1.5 miles.
Perfect, and I really think he's definitely one of the horses that we've got to watch on the day. Let's go to the main race. Let's start with Dave the King, number 1, with Pierre on.
Yeah, he's actually a really, really tough, hard-knocking horse that, again, I've always been of the opinion he got the 2000 at Greyville, he just got run out of it. I think he could be a little stretched the 2000, but I think Pierre rides him well, and I like also the fact that since he's been gelded, he's not an aggressive front runner. He's now actually a little bit more relaxed up front. If someone else wants to go quicker than him, good luck to them. But he certainly is a horse that, if he gets to the front with no pressure, he's now relaxed where he didn't used to be. So there's a good chance we'll get to 2000 at Turffontein. But I think Pierre's going to cuddle him until the last little bit. To get home over 2000. That for me is the big question mark. I love the fact that he's drawn one, so you've got a lot of options.
And his preparation has gone exactly to plan, I think.
I could not fault his preparation. I couldn't want it any better.
Then in the same race, we've got Aragosta with Marco.
Well, if you look at Aragosta last year, similar sort of prep, getting beaten sort of 9-10 lengths in the prep run. Next run, he ran third. He comes off a campaign in Cape Town, so he needed a bit of freshening up. He'd drawn 2, a big advantage for him. He's not under any pressure. A horse that must be included in everything on his day. He's not bad, this horse. He's quite tough and he's quite consistent. He might just lack that fraction, a little bit of class at the end, but you are dealing with a horse that is a hard knocker.
Same race, Safe Passage with JP on. I've got a funny feeling this horse is going to pop up
sooner or later.
I mean, I know you've been you're quite vocal about this horse. He comes up and then he doesn't run a good race, and he runs a good race. But I think this time of year, for some reason, this horse comes well. I've got a funny feeling Safe Passage is going to be a very dark horse in this race.
Well, he certainly, if you go back his 3-year-old form, he is there is a lot of class here. But he picked up a fracture in the foot quite strangely in Cape Town, and we have struggled with him since then. Not in terms of soundness, just in terms of consistency. So that is his biggest problem at the moment, is his lack of consistency. He can run you a cracker. I mean, in the Summer Cup, he ran a great race in second. Weight for age terms, in theory, he should be all over them. If the Safe Passage that we know of old arrives. So certainly you couldn't leave a horse like this out of. He is capable any day of the week of winning a race like this.
And then last but not least, in the 2,850, you got Blackthorn. I think first run back. No, he's had a few runs back up from Cape Town.
No, he had the one
run back from Cape Town. He's there consistent, I think.
Yeah, he's got one or two little niggles that we've got to keep working with, but I don't think he'll be far off them. I think he's improved with his last run for sure. But again, this is a really, really open race. Typical handicap over 2 miles, or no, 2,850, but it's not quite 2 miles. I would say you've got to load up, because over this trip, and with these horses, anything's possible.